long before kings spoke his name, and children laughed along narrow stone paths. Life was peaceful, simple, and unchanged for generations. Among the villagers lived a 12-year-old boy named Minjan. He was neither wealthy nor important, carried a small woodcutter's axe that had once belonged to his late father, though his family owned very little. His mother often reminded him, kindness is the greatest treasure a person can leave behind. Every morning, before leaving for the forest, Minjan fetched water, swept their tiny home, and shared a simple meal of rice and vegetables with his widowed mother. She gently smiled as she adjusted his collar. "Are you going to the forest again today?" Minjan nodded. She rested her hands on his shoulders. "Promise me you won't wander too deeply into the old forest. The elders say strange things happened there long ago." "I promise, Mother," Minjan replied. Taking his father's old axe, he bowed before leaving. His mother watched from the doorway until he disappeared beyond the last house. The deeper Minjan walked, the quieter the forest became. Even the birds slowly fell silent. Soon he stood before an enormous ancient Zelkova tree. Its massive roots spread across the earth like giant arms, and golden light filtered through its leaves. As Minjan stepped around the roots, he noticed fresh hoof prints. Nearby stood a magnificent white horse, saddled but strangely alone. The animal remained calm, as if waiting for someone who would never return. A feeling of unease filled the boy's heart. He walked farther beneath the great tree.
And he froze.
An elderly man dressed in elegant royal robes lay peacefully against the roots. A leather scroll case rested across his chest. His eyes were closed, and he did not move. Minjan had never seen a royal messenger before. He stood in silence, unaware that this single discovery would change his own life and the destiny of an entire kingdom. Minjan's heart pounded as he looked at the elderly royal messenger, lying beneath the sacred Zelkova tree. Slowly, he knelt beside the old man and gently touched his shoulder. There was no movement. He placed a hand on the messenger's forehead. It was cold. Sadness filled his eyes as he realized the stranger had died alone in the forest. Suddenly, a branch snapped behind him. Minjan quickly turned. Standing among the pine trees was a wounded royal guard. His armor was torn, blood covered his shoulder, and he leaned heavily on his spear. Every step was filled with pain. The guard looked at the messenger and quietly asked, "Is he gone?" Minjan nodded. The guard lowered his head before falling to one knee. Without thinking, Minjan rushed forward. He tore a strip from his own hanbok and carefully wrapped it around the guard's wounded shoulder. The guard looked at him with surprise. "You don't even know me," Minjun answered softly, "My mother taught me that kindness should never wait for a name." A faint smile appeared on the guard's face. He reached into a small leather pouch and removed a beautifully carved wooden tiger, gently placing it into Minchun's hands. He closed the boy's fingers around it. "Keep this safe," he whispered. "One day, someone will come looking for it." Minjun looked at the carving with confusion. "What does it mean?" "When the time is right, you'll understand." He rested a hand on Minchun's shoulder. The guard gazed toward the evening sky. "Never lose your kind heart." Gathering his remaining strength, the guard slowly stood and disappeared into the forest, looking back only once before vanishing between the trees. Left alone beneath the sacred tree, Minjun held the wooden tiger tightly against his chest. He looked once more at the royal messenger. "No one deserves to be forgotten," he whispered. Finding a strong branch, he began digging into the earth. The work was slow and difficult. His hands ached, sweat covered his face, and the fading sunlight painted the forest gold. Still, he refused to stop. When the grave was finished, Minjun gently lowered the royal messenger into the earth. He carefully placed the royal scroll beside him before covering the grave with soil. Then he arranged large stones around it and laid fresh wildflowers on top. Standing before the grave, Minjun bowed deeply. "I may never know your name," he said quietly, "but I promise this place will never be forgotten." Hidden behind another ancient tree, a hooded figure silently watched everything. Without speaking a word, the stranger turned and disappeared into the fading light, carrying news of the compassionate young boy back toward